Sagittarius, this is your March-April monthly reading. So I kind of picked up the major energy card because I want to cut down the length. It takes me a lot of time to take this, and we are going to get into different tarot deck to unfold this situation further. Okay, without any further delay, Sagittarius, let's get into this. So your major energy from now on, it's Devil. So right off the bat, what I feel like that you may be feeling this intensity of emotions, intensity of some kind of intense pull towards certain energy, and you feel that may bind you, that may lock you somewhere that you don't want to be, and you don't want to get stuck, or something like that. Something very intense and powerful energy is coming towards you. But the thing is, we're going to talk longer on these 4 parts because this is very important. What is I think with this card, then we got animal, tiger and gazelle. What is this telling me? That tiger is all about intuition. Tiger is all about focus. Tiger is all about knowing from within, not from external, but knowing from within and going with that, going for that, knowing that you know, knowing that you are on a right path, knowing that you got this. That kind of confidence in oneself, which kind of arrives, which kind of erodes from within. Because tiger never lose their focus. They don't lose their sight. But in order to have that sight in a long term, in order to have that sight, to be actualized, one is to know their inner knowing. You see the moon on the forehead? Moon is all about emotional knowing. Moon is all about our mother instinct. Moon is all about our bodily, our earthy instinct and intuition that we all have, irrespective of gender. A tiger is asking you to delve into that energy that you already hold. Do not, because the gazelle is came up and reverse. What is gazelle? Both of them are fire, but they both are them. If you can see, they are, prey and the predator. Gazelle, tiger hunts gazelle. Tiger, lion, all this kind of high category predator they do. But what gazelle is like who is like very vigilant because of this, because they are very aware of their danger. Tiger doesn't have to think about who is going to attack them because they are at their top in the food chain. But gazelle is not. Gazelle knows there is lion, there is hyena, there is wolf, there is so many other tiger, there is so many other animal out there that can attack. What I'm trying to get at by saying this, that gazelle is very vigilant, very cautious, very calculative, and they try to put up very upfront, like a nice kind of calm and kind of control, like a Libra or they try to put that very kind of soft, kind of detached, because they don't want to attract anybody towards them, because they feel that danger. They feel that danger that they are gonna be played upon, and that's why they kind of keep that distance. But it's in reverse. So it's and it came with the tiger. It's asking you that it's not the time to make that distant approach towards the situation. It's the time to really get settled in with the energy that's already you have, already the talent that already you have. All you have to do is channel this energy and follow through. And because of that, you may feel that this devil is here. You may feel that, if you get into, you may feel that, like if I erase this distance, if I get too involved, if I get too, close, it's gonna burn me. It's gonna burn me. It's gonna put me in a ball and chain. That I don't wanna be in that. I don't want to be in that devil situation. But it's also asking you the definition of devil. we all have shadow and light, that's the combination of our persona, everybody. That's this card. I'm so happy to see this card next to it. It's Miss Sunshine. And you see that, I don't know how clearly you can see, but there is like this palace, and then there is a moon in the bottom of the card, and then there is a sun is shining in the top of the card, and this person is balancing. It's like a floating in the middle. It's like a linking bridge between this shadow and the darkness. That's what the devil is asking you. Devil is asking you to redefine what you think, devil. Shadow, shadow is just what, I really need to talk about this, because I feel like in our society this has been a major problem, that what we, this negative, positive, so many of definitive idea of our own persona that people don't even go, oh no, that's so negative, that's my shadow side, I'm not gonna go there. But without shadow there is no light. And shadow become a taboo because we put that meaning of negativity to a shadow. Shadow itself is not negative. Shadow itself is an autonomous characteristics of our whole being. Same with the positive light side of us. So devil is asking you that let whatever you think is your shadow side is, hone it, claim it. If you have the power in your shadow side, then it's not gonna be this negative attribute that kind of eat you inside. You need to address that, and you need to embrace it. I mean, I know that this word comes very easily from my mouth, but I do understand, trust me, I do understand that how difficult and painful and how much determination one needs in order to really accept their shadows. Because in our society, shadows are like something, it's like a underworld thing. Nobody goes there until unless you are like that kind of person. It's like always this type attached to it. No, but we all have shadow, we all have light. This Miss Sunshine is saying that you can only float in harmony when you have the well-balanced shadow and light, and you are accepting both in their own power. That's what it's telling you. And it's, the same is, this message is reiterating with this two card as well. The Gazelle is reversed. It's saying that this is not the time to be protected. This is the time to go for with your knowledge, with your confidence. This is not the time. I know when you are constantly being a prey and being a target, it's hard to be that confident. It's hard to be, to be that confident and not feeling that you're not going to be attacked and you're not going to be, preyed upon. But it's Tiger is telling that you have that, but you thought you were gazelle, but you are also, we all are, we all are like this kind of bipolar, like not bipolar, like the polar energy, all home. Nobody is constantly victim and nobody is constantly predator. It's all, it's like a earth. It goes, it moves. So when what is in top, it goes down, and what is in down goes up. That's what he's saying, that you are done being gazelle, you're done being protective, done being hiding yourself. Look for your intuition. Listen to the knowledge and instinct and earthy motherly instinct that you have, because the moon is guiding you. That's going to guide you to your focus, to you where you want to go. This is really beautiful. This is really beautiful. I think for Sagittarius mid-month love reading, relationship reading, we got also something like negative ego. Maybe you guys want to check that. I really like that reading. It also talks about something similar, something very empowering coming to you. All you have to do not fear that is going to be a devil. It's all devil. It's depending on how you are defining devil. You are Sagittarius. You learn. You thrive for learning. You thrive for expanding. So don't box yourself by certain kind of definition of devil that society or your family or friends or surroundings and put on you. redefine that. You can do that because you have that expansion ability. So redefine what devil is, redefine what shadow is, and then go for it. Go for this kind of confidence within yourself, knowing that you are guided by your own, like earthy bodily knowledge. Alright. Okay, let's get some tarot and see how it's gonna unfold, okay? We got Queen of Cups. We got World. Beautiful. Beautiful. We got World. So I'm going to get 2 more for this row. We got 2 of Pentacles. This is how it's aligning. I don't know whether you can see that. I'm going to tell you. I'm getting this downloads. And it's beautiful. And then High Priestess in reverse. Okay. So, okay. Right off the bat, this Queen of Cups came right under the Devil. It's telling me maybe it has something to do with emotion. Because Cups is all about our emotion. How emotion, sensitivity, feelings, feminine side. Maybe you have been suppressing your feminine side for quite a long. Because this queen is directly looking at it. It's fearful to open the cup because because whenever this big cup holds a lot of deep emotion, holds a lot of rawness, and I'm gonna say they because I wanna be gender neutral here. And they are looking at it because they don't know. They are skeptic about opening it. They are skeptic about what happened if I open this. Will this devil gonna latch on me and I won't be able to be free? Because all the queens are they are very on their own power. So there is this dichotomy. There is this kind of dilemma of if I open this and Queen of Cups is all about emotion. That's yourself. That's your identity. You form identity through this emotion, through this feminine side. And you have been not sure that if you open this, what's going to happen, what's going to hold on to you. That's what he's telling me. But then the World card comes right under the Tiger. World is the last card in the major arcana, which that means the end of the journey. And what happened at the end of the journey? Nothing ends until it is complete. Otherwise, journey continues. But in tarot, World wrap that journey. That means you have you are ready. You are ready to, after World, then another journey comes, right? You are ready for the new beginning. You are ready for the next journey. Whatever you think is you are already getting yourself prepared. And you are looking at it, it has linked to your emotion. And World is saying that your intuition is on point. You are ready internally. Don't doubt it. Don't undermine your own ability. Don't undermine your own talent, what you can do. Because you are the Tiger. You are guided by your own inner knowledge. You are guided by your ancestors. You are guided by the nature. You are guided by the universe. That's what Moon is. Moon is the subconscious knowledge, which cannot be pinpointed, but is strongly there. Moon is as strong as Sun. Sun is more visible, but Moon is underworld. Moon is nurturing, and it's saying that you have achieved all these, like different element. You have achieved, even though it feels like you have not. but you are ready to unleash. We never complete our learning. Otherwise, we can die tomorrow. If I learn everything today, what's the point of dying and living tomorrow? We are learning, we are evolving constantly. But there is a cycle, but we have to understand that this is the cycle I need to wrap so that I can go on a next adventure, so that I can learn things differently. It's not learning is not going to stop. It's just the experience of learning and the types of learning and the modality of learning are changed. And that's what the world is saying. And it came right on the title. It's saying that you are ready. Just believe in yourself. Believe in yourself and redefine what you thought the devil is. Redefine what you thought the shadow is. Because in order to be contained, in order to really enjoy your own being, you need equal amount of shadow and equal amount of light. That's when the equilibrium forms. Same here. It's saying, I think these two parts are very much linked. Look at this. The Two of Pentacles is a very spiritual card. Two of Pentacles is bringing two elements. It's like yin and yang. It's like masculinity, femininity, however you want to say it. It's like bringing two elements that can harmonize the whole entity. And sometimes if you, because you are not trusting your inner knowing, you are not trusting your, like that, you are not trusting that, hey, you know what, if I get into this, if I delve into this energy, I will know gradually what to do. I will know gradually how to navigate. That trust. So High Priestess is a kind of knowledge which does not disclose this to you beforehand. You can only access this knowledge once you are in this energy. So High Priestess in reverse, you are doubting that. You are doubting that you won't be able to harmonize these two different things. You won't be able to harmonize your emotion at the same time, maintain your freedom and autonomy, maintain your power. And you are feeling like, how can I make this infinity bow so that it can go back, it can balance itself? And because then it's saying that you have that power. Look at this. You have that yin and yang within you, but you are not trusting it. You are not trusting it yet. Alright, let's get another layer to this. Oh my god, look at that. King of Cups. It's a true pair right there. Queen of Cups, King of Cups. King of Cups, look at this. This dude is like, oh, I'm all ready. It's like very energetic. It's like they are like drinking, swimming, dreaming in love. They are drinking, swimming, dreaming in emotion and feelings. They are open. They are inviting you. Maybe that's why it's kind of you feel that pull. This is funny. It almost feels like a personal reading to somebody. Alright. Let's get another card. I'm going to explain this King of Cups more. We got Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Okay. And then let's get another Two of Pentacles. We got Nine of Wands. Oh wow, nothing uncomfortable. I feel let's just do one more card. Okay. We got King of Wands. Okay. So, here you go. So we got what you got? We got Devil, Queen of Cups, King of Cups. I think that's you. That's where you think the devil is. You feel, you wanna show, you wanna express, you wanna give all the love. I feel like love is very important to you. You form your own self through this relation with others. You know, like emotional relation. And you are ready, you are really all about giving. You really want to show your inner beautiful world. Then you are reluctant. Because you feel that once you open that, it's never gonna be, you won't be able to have that control like Queen of Cups. You won't be able to have that control when to give and when to take. You know, like that control. And you feel like that this flood of emotion is gonna be overwhelming for you, and you are just gonna sweep away with that. And that's where you feel that the devil energy come. Why the devil energy come? I'm gonna get there, because I feel like this 9 of Wands is very much connected to this devil energy here. You know, I'm getting there, but Wheel of Fortune in reverse, underworld, and it's again reiterating that this Wheel of Fortune is about that turning that wheel. Like I said, you know, it's about you are completing one chapter, right? One cycle. You learned all this cycle. There is nothing there to be learned anymore. So if you stay there, it's going to be a stagnancy. So in order to really move that wheel, you need to follow your intuition. You need to take that charge. Like, you know, all these things are telling me the same thing, because King of Wands, that's you. King of Wands, that's you. You know, it's about knowing it, holding that wands and looking at it and knowing that what you can do. Knowing that, this is inner knowing, and go, you know, that inner knowing is coming from this tiger. Look at this. It's like this. 2 fire card. Just imagine this is your inner world, this is your inside, and you are outside. You are knowing, you are looking at it, you know how to get it, you know what you are looking at, you know how to shape it. Maybe you don't know the nitty-gritty of the mechanism, but you know where you are going, because you know, because you are guided by the moon. That's what this card is saying. It's all linked, so I'm kind of jumping all around because all cards are linked. And that's what it's saying with King of Wands, with the High Priestess in reverse. It's saying that your intuition is on point. Your intuition is on point. The universe, spirit is helping you. You have that capability. You are holding this wand. This is Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is all about that, you know, like this understanding when you open your 7th chakra, which is like all about cosmos, divine, you know, connecting with divine. Divine means whatever you mean, you know, like whatever divine is to you. For me, it's universe. You know, connecting with this universe and getting this download. And don't block that by, you know that you have that. Don't block it because you feel like the devil gonna take over. And I understand why you feel like that, because in order to really Wheel of Fortune to turn, because right now it's upside down, in reverse, but if you really want this to wheel to go to the next chapter, you need to, right now is the call. This is the time, right now you need to hear, you need to trust in the universe. This is like a Pisces energy. You need to hone that Pisces energy. If you have like a Saturn in Pisces, you know, Saturn in Pisces, what is Saturn? Saturn is all about our structure. I'm saying Saturn because devil is all about, it's a Capricorn sign ruled by Saturn, because it's saying that there is a structure in material world. And Pisces is all about non-materials. Pisces is all about divinity, all about universe, all about this spiritual guidance. So when you mix this together, if it is not positively bonded, you feel that you are getting into this dark shadow side. But right now it's saying that no, believe in that Pisces nature, believe in that divinity, believe in that universe, believe that you have what it takes. You don't need a material structure to tell you what you can do. You bring your own knowledge to the material to form a garden. You don't let garden dictate how you can choose your idea. You bring an idea in the world and then you execute it in the world. World is the place of execution. That's why the seventh chakra is right above our head, and root chakra is right at the what is that? Below our navel, because that's where the work happens. Birth happens for that. But the idea, conception comes from divinity, comes from this connection with the universe. I know it's going back because it's very spiritual and you need to understand certain things. I know that you are stuck there. So, and because and these things is that, and devil energy, what you fear that devil gonna come, because the energy you feel that, because the 9 of wands and this, because you feel like when you give, when you have 2 cups, king and queen, which is like one is all about open, welcoming, embracing, another is little distant, and balancing that out, that's where the 2 of pentacles comes, balancing out, and you are thinking like, oh my god, how I'm gonna balance this, will I be able to balance this? All these cards supporting and telling you, yes, you can, as long as you believe that you have that ability in you, and universe is working for you, working with you, not against you. That Piscean energy, bring that Piscean belief. And 9 of wands, because it becomes devil energy, because you give, like king of cups, you give, let's say if you're in a relationship, it doesn't have to be romantic or anything, in any kind of relationship, you give, like which matters to you, you give, because you have so much emotion, you have so much goodness in it, you want to give. But then also, cup needs to be filled. If this is not, see that, if the flow is not two-way, you're gonna feel depleted. And when the moment you feel depleted, you feel guarded. You feel like, oh my god, I'm losing my own identity because I'm giving everything and it's not getting replenished, so I'm not getting new cells and I'm losing my identity. Then you become very cold and very guarded. And that's when the devil energy comes. Then you feel like you are stuck in your own will. You are stuck with your in your own passion. You are stuck with your what you thought that you can do. All this projection, all this idea, you are stuck within your own idea because there is no deflection. So I feel like this, that's why the devil energy is here. So you have to know. And you already know with this tiger, high priestess and king of wands, that you have that, you will know when this, when you give the emotion. If you go right now, if you, let's say you want to open up and you want to have a discussion with whosoever, if you open up, if you give that emotion, it's going to be reciprocated because you are intuitively guided. If it is not reciprocated, you will not go there. But if you feel that urge that you need to go, but at the same time, the Saturnic energy is pulling you back. That's the devil. That's where the devil is, because you're empowering more material sense rather than your spiritual sense. Material sense is a tool to execute what we receive from being a spiritual being. So so right now you need to understand that if you have a pull towards something, then do it, because if you feel that pull, that means your intuition is guiding you. But if you let your thought, if you think that no, it's gonna be like a past, it's gonna be I'm gonna do the same thing, I'm gonna be able, I'm gonna be in a 9 of wands kind of energy. And if you think that you are gonna be in a 9 of wands energy, don't do that, because it's me saying don't do that is not going to work until unless you believe that. So you have to believe it. You have to believe in your own ability. You are not gullible. You know what you're doing. It's just your Saturnic energy taking over. And it's telling, no, this is not going to work, you are going to do it again. It's like this kind of, like a dominant patriarchy kind of energy. Oh, no, you're going to fail this, you're going to do that, you're going to do that. No, listen to your matriarch, listen to your mother, listen to your motherly energy, listen to your mother, but not literally what I'm trying to say. And yeah, you can listen to your mother too, but like what I'm saying, that listen to this feminine energy, because your masculine energy trying to dominate it, and it's only gonna put in you very restrictive mode, because your body wants to flow. Let it flow. Just throwing your arms and throwing your legs here and there, that's not flow. Flow comes from within, knowledge comes from within. Everything, we have everything. We are consist of everything. I mean, I'm not going to go into that rant. I'm feeling very passionate, that's what I'm, but you understand. Alright, Sagittarius, I think I'm going to stop it here. So, hope you get something out of it. And if you're new to this channel, please do subscribe, like, share, and help this channel. And if you're already doing it, thank you so much for your like, subscribing, and supporting this channel. It's really, really appreciated. I really, really appreciate that. Alright, take care. I will see you next time. Bye bye.